All right, welcome for another fun Halloween card. So my name is Julie Brown. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is a pre-recorded video. So you guys can still put comments in. You just type them in the comments, and I will see them later and can answer them later. So I appreciate you being here today. You will probably be viewing this on my YouTube channel. That's where I plan on posting it. So if you are watching me here and you like what you're seeing, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also make sure that you do a thumbs up and that you like my page. It's always greatly appreciated and it always helps me out quite a bit. So I'm going to get some housekeeping out of the way right away. So for those of you that are going to be placing orders with me, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. You can place an order with me through juliebrown.stampinup.net. If your order is under $150, please use that hostess code that is listed there. You can also reach out to me at juliescreativestampin@gmail.com. Also, I have Julie's Creative Stamping is what my business is called. And I have a Pinterest page, a Facebook page, a YouTube channel, and starting Instagram soon. So watch for me there also. Most importantly is my blog listed there at the bottom. It's stampinjuliebrown.blogspot.com. That is where I put most of my card cuts and step-by-step instructions. So for those of you that don't like watching videos or it's easier for you to follow step-by-step instructions, you can usually find most of those there. Just make sure that you use the same title as is on my YouTube channel or YouTube video. Like today, it's Cutest Halloween Stacking Skeletons, and that is what it will be called on the blog as well. So that's how you look it up there. So let's go over what I'm going to be using today. So today I'm going to, out of the annual catalog, I'm using the stitched rectangle dies, and out of the July through December 2021 mini catalog, we are using the Cute Halloween Designer Series paper and the Cutest Halloween bundle. So these are some of my favorite ones in this, in this catalog. And so you're gonna see how I've used that paper tonight. I'm excited about this tonight because I'm showing you how to take that Designer Series paper and create a really fun card, which I'm sure other demonstrators have created wonderful cards as well. So this is the stamp set that we're using, and then we're using these two pieces out of the Designer Series paper, but I actually fussy cut these pieces out, and so we're going to put it together, and I'm going to show you what I created by, instead of just using these as pieces of paper or background for my stamp or for my card, I actually use these as pieces or embellishments for my card. So there you go. All right, so let's get all the pieces that I need for this card. So we're using a Highland Heather background, and then we're also using this Designer Series paper. That's out of that same pack. That's one of the different pieces. So we're using that as well. And then, of course, we've got some Whisper White. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is with our Whisper White piece here. And again, all of the dimensions are going to be listed on my blog. So check out my blog. Sorry, I was grabbing my die cut machine. So our die cut machines, they do more than just die cut. They also emboss. So for those of you that aren't aware of that, I'm sure most of you are, this can be used for both die cutting and embossing if I have all of my pieces, which I don't. Hold on one sec. I needed to have some Halloween music to play while I ran and got that. I just had a class today, so I had my embossing. This is the plate that I need for to emboss, and I had it sitting over at a station that the ladies used today. This is one of the cards that I did in my card class today, and they fell in love with it, so I thought I would do a video for you guys. So we're basically just going to run that through, and this is the 3D hammered metal embossing folder. And I guess I should have had that listed on for the stuff that I was using. I forgot to list it, but look how cool that is. Isn't that cool? I just love it. Again, one of my favorite embossing folders. But you guys hear me say that a lot. One of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. Oh, I should have kept that over here. Sorry, let me bring that back because we're also going to cut out our frame for our card. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated for this video, so I hope you guys will bear with me. Of course, those of you that know me, I'm not perfect at this, so hopefully you guys have some patience with me and can tolerate the not perfect. I don't know too many people that do everything perfect, but there's a lot of really good demonstrators out there that I would say are pretty spot on. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a frame. Now the neat thing about this is once I cut this out, this piece on the inside that I'm cutting out can be used on another card, which I did not do. The last video I did was called my Halloween Duo video, where I showed you how to use the positive and the negatives when you're cutting things out. So what I'm talking about is the frame is going to be my positive, and then this is my negative, but if you can see, it's got the stitching around it. So this is going to be really cute on another card. But I'm not doing that card today. We're just going to use the frame. And like I said in previous videos, it's always good to have these types of sets, like this stitched rectangle die. I use this so much. It's just one of the staples. It's a really good staple. So if you're new to Stampin' Up and you've never, and you're not sure what to purchase, the layering circle dies are good. This stitched rectangle dies are good because you'll use them a ton. You will never be sorry that you bought those because you'll get a lot of use out of them. All right, so I'm going to just take my bone folder and burnish that edge, and then I'm going to come in, and that piece that we embossed, we're going to center this on here. Now, I like to use liquid glue on the back of pieces that I emboss, mainly because they have so many raised edges, and that glue kind of sinks, into those ridges and valleys, and helps it to get a good, secure hold when you do that. We're going to scoot that up just a bit. I'm trying to get that centered. All right, so that's going to go on first. Then I'm going to bring in this frame that we cut out, and I'm going to be using this really fun, it's like a glitter mesh ribbon. It just reminds me, I always use it for Halloween cards because it's just fun. It would be really pretty for Christmas too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few glue dots on the back of this top corner here. Now I'm going to have some extra, and I'm only going to use it just in this top corner, but you can cut enough so that you could put it in more places on this card because it really does give it a really fun look once you get it on. But I just wanted to use it in the top corner, so I'll be trimming off any excess, but saving that excess because I definitely will use this again. So basically what I'm going to do is I put those glue dots on the back, and I'm going to try to get this so that I have the least amount folding over. So that's going to fold over like so. Oh, I'm doing this in the wrong corner. Dadgummit. See what I mean about making mistakes? I wanted it in this corner. So we're just gonna, these glue dots aren't gonna hurt me down here. So we will just redo that. Again, if you're looking for perfection, this is not the place for it. I get a little discombobulated sometimes when I'm doing these. I know what I'm doing, I really do, but sometimes I just, for me, talking and crafting is sometimes a challenge. So I'm just gonna fold that over like so. And then I'm gonna come in with my trimmers, my paper snips, and we're just going to cut that like so. So then I've got another piece that I can use later, and I may use it with that frame that I cut out. All right, so then you have that up in that corner like so. Now I'm going to come in with some dimensionals. And those of you guys that have been watching my Halloween cards that I've been doing, which I've been doing a bunch of them, and it's so funny because I usually don't make a ton of Halloween cards, but I've had so much fun with these sets. But I am like dimensional heavy with these cards, and I just think it's because, you know, I feel like Halloween needs to kind of pop, so, and have some fun dimension to it. So I'm using a lot more dimensionals than I usually use when I'm designing cards, but I just felt like these needed that fun little pop, so we're doing it. I figured if I'm going to do all these fun Halloween cards, I might as well go all out, right? And just make them fun and festive and just go for broke here. The other nice thing is these dimensionals do help hold this ribbon in place as well. And I think I might put one more right there. All right, so let me quickly pull the tops. Like I said before, with dimensionals, they have a sticky bottom, and then when you pull them off, they have this piece of paper on the top that you need to remove so that they are sticky on the top as well. So we're going to get all those off. And always make sure you get them all off, because I've put some stuff together and wondered why one corner didn't stay secure, and then realized I had not pulled off the top of the dimensional. So now I'm going to stick this on here, and again, you have to be kind of careful here, because once this lays down, it's pretty much stuck where you laid it. Okay, so that's going to be like so. All right, so that's what we have so far. Now, what I did is I did this ahead of time because this does take a little bit of time. But like I told you, I cut out from those two designer series paper, I cut out these little ghosts, and I cut out 2 tombstones, and each of the, let me show you. So there's 3 different designs of skeletons. And then I did this one twice. And so I just cut those out of the paper. And I left one so I could show you how I did that. For those of you that have not fussy cut, I'm going to leave a little black border. So fussy cutting, again, is not being exact. You're not cutting right on the line. You're leaving yourself a little bit of a border. And this just makes it a lot easier to cut things out. And it also kind of mats your piece, which a lot of times we mat our cards. We mat different things on our card to make it pop and to make it stick out. And that's what fussy cutting does, because it still leaves that black border around the edge, but it also makes it a lot easier to cut out. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do here, sorry, I didn't get all my pieces out, is we need to get our sentiment put in place first. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to use this really fun sentiment from that cute Halloween, and it says, "You put a smile on your face, on my face." And again, like I've said in my other Halloween card post, you know, you don't have to just make Halloween cards with all of these fun Halloween sets. You can make birthday cards. You can make I'm thinking of you cards. And just use these Halloween sets. They don't all have to be Halloween cards. Now, I'm making mine Halloween cards, but you don't have to. This one would be a really cute birthday card. So, you know, keep that in mind. It doesn't always have to be Halloween, but since we are in October and I am doing Halloween, I will be making a birthday card out of one eventually because my daughter-in-law was born on Halloween. So she definitely gets a Halloween birthday card. All right, so I just matted that with the black. And then what I'm going to do is on this left side, I'm going to put liquid glue. And then on this top right corner, I'm going to bring in a mini dimensional and stick that there because this is popped up, your frame is popped up. So to make it level, you don't want to put a dimensional on this side, but you do want to put one on this side so that it stays level. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start building my card front. So I want this little, and like I said, these were all cut out of the designer series paper. So there's not a lot of stamping on this card. But again, this one is going to kind of sit up here. So I'm basically just going to kind of put liquid glue on this left side of this ghost. And that will be enough to adhere it to the card front. Okay, so that little ghost is going to go there. And then this big, isn't this a cute ghost? Oh, so adorable. So this is another one that I'm going to actually like glue down and glue in place. And this one's just going to kind of be flying over here. And then I've got these two skeletons are exactly the same. So I'm going to put one in this top corner over here. And I am going to, again, use my liquid glue because it's going to also help hold this ribbon in place. And I'm just going to like hold that down for just a bit so that it takes hold there. All right, and it's going to look like so. It's going to be right there like that. And then I'm going to start building my skeletons. So I'm going to put liquid glue on the bottom of this guy. And I want them to be kind of, oh, shoot. And I need to put dimensionals up here. Almost forgot. So let's put a dimensional right there. And I'm going to kind of build these cattywampus. I don't want it to be like perfectly straight. I want it to look like it's tipping and sliding and moving and all of that fun stuff. So for the rest of this, I pretty much just need some glue dot or dimensionals. So then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to kind of angle it that way, like so. And then I'm going to bring in this guy. He's going to be next in my stacking skeletons. I should say stacking skeletons and tombstones, because I cut those little tombstones out of that paper as well. And this one is going to kind of lean this way a bit. And then I'm going to bring in this little ghost. And it's going to kind of fit like right in this area. So I'm going to put a dimensional on his tail. And then again, I'm going to see where I need to. So if I've got that there, then on this side right here, where his little hand is, we need to put some liquid glue. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. And that just gives it that anchor point. Got to make sure to pull that paper off. And so he's going to be right there. All right. Then I'm going to come in with another tombstone to go on top of this skeleton. So I think the most time-consuming thing of this is obviously cutting all of these pieces out. But I just did it one night when I was watching, I should say not watching, listening to TV with my husband because my focus was on cutting these out. So then this tombstone's going to go right there. And then this was probably the hardest one to cut out because if you'll look at it on the designer series paper, it already has the little crow on his head. And so I just fussy cut around that and got that out. So this one is going to come in like so, but I just wanted to show you guys a different way of thinking about using our designer series paper, and I kind of consider this kind of embellishing, you know, using it as embellishment for our cards. All right, and so he's gonna kind of go right there. So now we've built our little tower. Isn't it cute? I'm in love with this. And then what I did is I stamped 3 little spiders, and I may not use all of them. And I fussy cut around them. Let me get close so you can see how I just kind of fussy cut around them. For those of you that know me, fussy cutting's a big deal because I really hate cutting. And so I had to really like be invested in this project to do all this cutting. And I'm going to use glue dots because again, I want to help it secure the ribbon in place. So we're going to put 1 spider right there. And I may just use 2 spiders because I just want it to be on the spider web. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use 2 of my spiders, but you could put another one. You could put one down here. If you had used your extra webbing, you could have put more spiders. So you can do as many spiders as you want to. All right, so that's the front of our card. Isn't it cute? And all I did was take that designer series paper and cut it out. And so for the inside of the card, we're going to do a little stamping here. And we're going to use the skeletons out of that Cutest Halloween. And I just kind of want the outline. So that's going to go down like so. Let me clean that. Then we're going to come in with his eyes. Isn't that cute? You know, guys, I'm in love with this set. This is just such a cute set. And oh, see, I did it again. I got some little marks there. So, you know what? I may just, because I messed that up, tell you, I got to watch my hands. I'm always touching stuff that I shouldn't be touching. So we're just going to come in with another skeleton like so. And it's not going to cover it perfectly, but not as noticeable. So there we go. So just remember, you can always fix things if you accidentally touch something you're not supposed to. So instead of throwing everything away, just find a way to fix it, right? All right, and then we're gonna come in and let's see, we're gonna do the Have a Fabulous Halloween stamp. And I'm going to use my ink spot because that's what I have my gorgeous grape, and it's just a little easier for me to grab that right now. And I don't have my graph paper, so I'm going to try to find a line on this that I have so that I know that my paper is straight. And then stamp Have a Fabulous Halloween. Yay! I think this is the most fun I've had during Halloween. I don't know why. My family really enjoys Halloween. I have a daughter and grandchildren who are now 15 and 13. And they do family costumes every year. And they started out when it was with just my one granddaughter and the husband and my daughter and son-in-law. And they were Popeye. And then they have done characters every single year as family family outfits. And it is always such a treat to see what they're going to do each year. And they really enjoy it. All right. So there you go, finished product using the Designer Series paper. And ta-da, it actually, besides, you know, having to take the time to cut that all out, but I did want to show you, it was these two sheets that I used, and I just cut out, I didn't cut the little houses out, but I did cut all of these out, and then I cut these out to design this fun card. And of course we use the rectangle dies for the frame and the Cutest Halloween set for the skeletons and the little spiders. So another fun, quick card, right? And so, oh shoot, I was gonna back this with that. Dadgummit. It would have looked better with that behind it, but I would have matted that. I didn't do it, but it's fine. See what happens when I start talking and I go too quick. But there you go. There's that card design. I hope you love it. I just wanted to find a really unique way to use our Designer Series paper as well as our stamp sets together to create a really fun card. So anyway, I appreciate you guys being with me. Again, I will have a link below with all of the supplies that I used. And if you would like me to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be. You can just click on that link and it will take you right to the items that I used. And you can just unclick or click the ones that you want and hit submit and it will place an order for you. So trying to make it really easy. I will also have a link in that. Once you go there, there'll be another link to my blog. As soon as I get done with this, I will be putting my blog up and it will have this card with the all the card cuts so that you know the card cuts and step-by-step instructions if you prefer that than watching a video and trying to follow the video. So I appreciate you guys being with me. I know time is precious, and so any time that you take to spend with me while I'm doing what I love to do, I so appreciate. And everybody have a great rest of your week, and I will be talking to everybody soon. Oh, don't forget, on my Facebook page, Julie's Creative Stamping, look it up. You can, I do lives every Tuesday that you guys, I would love to have you guys come in and make comments and get to know you. So I would love you to be part of my community and come in and get to know me and all of the ladies that I do card making with. So again, everybody have a great evening, and I'll be talking to hopefully some of you soon. Bye.